Friends, a few years back, in August 2019, institutions in the public space such as the IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, Indian Institute of Science, IIT Madras, IIT Kharagpur, Delhi University, University of Hyderabad, and BHE, the Banaras Hindu University, were given the Institutions of Eminence tag on the recommendations of the University Grants Commission. 10 more institutions were also given the same status in the private space. Though these will have no financial support, they will be entitled for enhanced autonomy as a special category deemed university. And friends, this Saturday, I'll talk to you on a few aspects of eminence in institutions. I hope that will trigger a healthy debate. Private institutions recommended for the institution of eminence status includes BITS, Pilani, Manipal, Academy of Higher Education, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapita, Bangalore, VIT, Vellore, Jamia Hamdard, Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, OP Jindal University, Shiv Nadar University, Bharati of Satya Bharati Foundation, and Geo Institute of the Reliance Foundation. The last two were given Greenfield Institution status. Whereas the Satya Bharati Foundation shelved its plan to establish the Satya Bharati Institute of Technology, a new institution, the Reliance Foundation's multidisciplinary university GEO had its inaugural session on the 20th July of 22 with its first and founding PGP class of 23 at their Navi Mumbai campus. It even announced setting up of its second campus in Dronagiri, over a few hundred acres, to be set up as a residential campus. It will be home to a medical school, a hospital, an engineering college, research parks, innovation ecosystem, art districts, and an international school, among others. That all this happened in a space of 3 years is very, very creditable indeed. What differentiates it over a period of time, however, is both fundamental and applied research that it undertakes and the number of cutting-edge products that it will produce. The country needs institutions and universities that are as good as any other in the world. That said, massive funds and a true commitment to education would go a long way in realizing these goals. Eminence comes out of distinction, dominance, noteworthiness, paramountcy, primacy, superiority, supremacy, and transcendence. Institutions of eminence must display all such attributes. Universities which produce transformational research output and develops nation's competitiveness in the global knowledge economy are world-class universities, said Huzu Siya Tai, Professor, College of Humanities and Social Sciences, National Chiao Tung University in Taiwan. Neil deGrasse Tyson was an eminent astrophysicist. However, his eminence came after his success in astrophysics, for which he spent a good 50 years of life researching and experimenting. Our universities too must earn respect and eminence. The world-class universities play key roles in creating and disseminating knowledge, educating a highly skilled workforce for technological and intellectual leadership, and serving the needs of the society. Now, revealing as it is, it took more than 150 years for institutions such as MIT, Stanford, Harvard, Caltech, Cambridge, Oxford, UCL, or the Imperial College in London to be recognized as the best research universities of the world. Even as the government moved to support institutions of eminence and world class is laudable, a new phenomenon that we are witnessing currently is where yesteryear colleges are being converted to universities in the private sector in the name of improving quality. Consequently, universities in the private space tripled in the last 5 years. A hard look is possibly warranted here. For a reason not often cited for this is the escape that it provides from many of the regulators and freedom to function unbridled as business houses by closing courses, departments, or starting new ones as they perceive the markets. Social causes are invariably given a go by. The education space too needs to be disrupted like every other area. Hundreds of PhDs and thousands of research publications are being produced in the country without a converging theme, all out of a multitude of universities. Like in Germany, we need our universities to be modeled on a Max Planck University model for basic research and a Fraunhofer Gesellschaft University model for applied research, with a focus on productization rather than an unholy thrust on publishing papers. And the faculty evaluation methodology also needs to be changed. That would not only produce Indian products, but also would aid in creating new markets, new supply chains, and new employment opportunities. A great potential exists for transforming India's higher education to one of the globally best organized or recognized education systems. It's incredible that more and more of our institutions, it is creditable that more and more of our institutions, such as the IITs and IISc, among many others, are figuring in the Quacquarelli-Simons or QS World University rankings. Future years will certainly see more making the grade. World-class institutions need to be nurtured. That requires support from both public and private spaces. An amount of rupees 400 crores for world-class institutions allocated must grow at least 100 times if we were to compete with the global landscape. World class is closely associated with internationalization too. The number of eminent foreign faculty on our campuses adds value. Number of students from the rest of the world on our campuses adds a cultural dimension, besides enriching the teaching learning pedagogies. Study in India to bring in foreign students to higher educational institutions is a long-awaited move. This must be followed up with an international level test on the lines of GRE or GMAT that is aimed at bringing in students from across the globe. India thrives as an information and knowledge society. Within the global context, a system-based thinking to understand the world, business ecosystems will be required. The interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary research approaches are critical, as the NAP rightly says, to achieving comprehensive understanding of complex realities facing the world. The entry of foreign institutions and universities will certainly help our faculty and students face these challenges. Besides, the students can be exposed to new cultures and traditions, get across to world-class education, learn new languages, work in multicultural teams, enhance personality, and gain valuable life skills. The country needs massive investments in education so the quality bar is raised manifold. The research facilities need a quantum growth. The state funding being what it is imperative that the doors are open to both foreign funding and adopting their successful systems. Promoting foreign direct investments, opening up the external commercial borrowing to strengthen the capital pool of the education sector are all worthwhile initiatives. A greater inflow of finance to attract talented teachers, innovate, and build better infrastructures is the way to go. An enabling regulatory framework will galvanize the system. UGC has the wherewithal and the commitment. Can we soon see some world-class universities in the future in the country? That will be wonderful if it happens in the next decade or so. With that, friends, I will end today's episode with a promise to return back the next Saturday with another episode. Until then, thank you, Dhanyavad, and Namaskar.